This is a really good example of a quantum healing session where the intention of the session prior to starting was really important. The client regressed back into various times and experiences that showed the importance of happiness and things that have happened in his past that made him happy. The subconscious came in later in the session and explained how so many of the questions were unimportant right now, and that the focus was that he really needed to express himself to his parents and to be able to work on that relationship to pull him out of some of the sadness he was feeling, and that everything else would fall into place as he did that. This was a really interesting and important session for the client and for myself, and I hope you enjoy listening. Thanks.
It's dark.
Okay.
Time.
Nighttime.
Quiet.
It's quiet.
I don't see any stars out.
How do you know it's nighttime?
It's dark out.
Okay. You see something else?
The only light is from the moon.
A full moon. Okay.
Shimmering off the water.
You see some water?
Feels like I'm looking back out over the ocean at nighttime. Just endless black, except for the moon.
Okay. No stars.
No stars. Small waves in the water.
You can see them or hear them? Both. So where are you?
Standing in the sand.
In the sand?
Yes. I don't see anything around me that would be. See a building on the beach.
You see a building on the beach?
Yes, small shack.
What does it look like?
Small wooden shack.
Wooden?
Yes, no lights on.
Is it close to the water?
Yes. Has old cobblestone walkway to the door.
Where's the walkway coming from?
The front door to the sand, where it ends.
Like towards the water?
Yes.
Or away from the water?
Towards the water, facing the ocean. I see no wildlife. I hear no wildlife. I still hear the waves.
And you see the moon?
See the moon. Right.
It must be bright if you can see the shack.
Small house.
Small house.
Small abandoned house. Not well kept.
I don't think anybody's there.
No, it looks abandoned. I'm at the door.
You're at the door. Do you want it to go inside?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you see when you go inside.
Cobwebs. Looks like it's been abandoned. Old furniture. Old books.
Old furniture and books.
Yes.
And cobwebs. The different rooms.
Yes. There's a stairway. It's hard to see. You only have the moonlight.
Yeah. Bet you feel like there's a stairway.
Yes. Goes upstairs. And they're creaky.
Are you going up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. Does this still feel abandoned?
Very. Feels like it was left in a rush.
Why do you say that?
There's stuff left behind, like drinks on tables and chairs turned over. Wooden door frames. They're broken.
It seems like there's been damage done to this house.
Yes.
Do you get a sense of what type of damage?
I don't know.
Does it seem like it's weathering or?
Not weather.
How is this making you feel being here? Why?
Feels so empty, so not happy.
Abandoned.
Yes,
Are you upstairs now?
yes.
What's upstairs?
It's where the drinks are that are left in the chair that was tipped over, and the broken door frames all upstairs.
Okay.
Downstairs was just dirty and cobwebs and bookshelves that are tipped.
Downstairs, that looked like that was.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Do you get a sense of what's happened here?
feel like it was once a warm house, but that's long gone.
Yeah.
It's been left to rot and decay.
And that's making you feel sad.
Yes.
When you look down at the ground, what do you see?
Rough-looking hardwood. Some rugs, very old rugs, kind of flipped all over the place. Chaotic, not clean.
Rugs flipped all over the place. And old hardwood.
Yes. Wooden railings that aren't all there. It's dilapidated.
Can you see your feet?
Yes.
What do they look like?
I'm wearing my Vans,
What color?
greenish, with white on the bottom and black laces. My black skinny jeans I'm wearing too.
Can you get a sense of how old you are? Young or old?
I'm not sure. Young.
Yeah.
Teenage.
Teenage. Do you feel healthy?
Yes. Feel strong.
Strong. And you're on this beach in this old house.
Yes.
Why are you there?
The cloud dropped me.
Okay. Do you feel like there's something else you need to see here in this house?
I want to go downstairs.
Okay. Are you downstairs now?
Yes.
Where are you at?
Looking for a basement.
A basement?
Yes.
There's a basement.
No. I can't find one.
Why are you looking for one?
Another floor to see.
You want to see another floor?
Maybe there's something hidden in an old house like this.
Hmm. You feel like there's something hidden? Where would that be?
Maybe behind one of the doors. There are two shut doors in the main room. The one on the left doesn't open.
You feel like there might be something hidden behind that door.
It looks different from the other door, not as broken.
Okay. Why doesn't it open?
Feels locked or stuck.
Did you try to open it?
Yes,
Does it need a key?
I do not see a keyhole.
So you think it might be stuck?
Yes, it's just a knob, nothing else.
You need to see what is on the other side of the door?
I would like to.
So you can open the door.
Maybe there's another way.
Another way? You feel like you need another way?
It's locked.
How do you unlock it?
I don't know. The door to the right is open.
What's in there?
It looks like a bedroom, an old bedroom. Toy blocks on the ground. Children's toys.
Looks like a child's bedroom.
Yes. It's dark in here too.
Because it's nighttime.
Yes.
Does that room look familiar?
Yes.
Is that your room? There's something else you want to see in your room?
No, no.
What would you like to do then?
I want to leave the house. I want to go back to the sand and the water.
What about that door that was locked?
Couldn't find a way to open it.
You said you thought there might be another way.
See another way.
That
Push
door,
on it and it doesn't open.
is that door connected to the other room?
Yes, but there's a wall in between them. On the other side of the wall.
Do you know what that door goes to? Is it another bedroom or what?
Another bedroom.
It is.
I think so.
Which room do you think that is?
Maybe my parents. Maybe my brothers. They never lock their doors.
Nobody ever locks their doors.
Maybe if I try to open it, like I hit the door, it cracked, not open.
You hit the door harder
Has a split on it.
from when you hit it.
Yes. It's not opening.
Do you want to hit it again?
Yes.
Do you want to know what's in there?
Yes.
Let's move to when you've done that and you're able to open up the door. Done that?
Yes.
What do you see?
My parents' bed. Crib. It's bright in here.
It is.
Feels like daytime. I see their flower comforter. Their matching pillows. Their blue carpet.
Does that room feel abandoned?
No, it feels warm. I see myself in their closet doors that have a mirror. And it's me at teenage age. I have my long hair. I'm wearing my Asking Alexandria shirt and a lot of wristbands.
What are you doing in there?
Just staring at myself.
In the mirrors?
Yes,
What do you see?
the kid who needed help.
Yeah. Why do you need help?
He was struggling.
Why was he struggling?
Life was a lot for him. He got bullied a lot all the time, at home and at school. And he was afraid to stick up for himself due to consequences.
Consequences?
From Dad?
He was afraid of his dad.
Yes.
He didn't want to tell his dad he got bullied.
He couldn't, because Dad would just tell him to get over it.
Yeah.
Quit being a baby.
Why is he in that room?
The room feels warm and like home.
It does.
Yeah.
What else do you see in the room?
Their old TV set. The curtains. The Three Stooges beer that he had. Everything. The popcorn ceiling. The dark brown fan blades.
There's something you need to do here.
No. Feels full. Feels not abandoned. Warm.
In that room.
Comfortable. Yes.
You like that feeling.
Yes.
That make you not want to leave.
Yes.
Is there something else you need to see here?
Not sure.
Can you see the door from where you are?
I can see the doorway, but not the door.
Okay. And what do you see when you look at the doorway?
It goes black. It's dark. Like it goes back to nighttime out there.
Yeah. But it's bright inside the room.
Yes.
And you're feeling good in here. It's warm.
Feels safe.
Is there anyone else there?
No.
that room feel safe? Did the rest of the house feel safe?
It didn't feel unsafe. It just felt empty, gone.
But this room doesn't feel that.
No.
Let's leave that scene. Let's leave that scene and move backwards to an important day. A day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved backwards to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I see my brothers, my cousin. We're all sitting out at the pool at my parents' house because summer break just started. And now we know we just got forever to hang out, play games. No worries. It's fun.
It's fun.
Yes. It's hot out.
Yeah. Can you get a sense of how old you are?
Early teens.
Okay. In summer, and you guys are all getting ready to play.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Right now we're sitting at the pool.
Mm.
We could always play anything. What's always true.
Yeah. That's a fun day.
Yeah. We ended up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Capture the Flag. It was a lot of fun. We ended the day playing Mario Kart Double Dash. It was a great day.
There's something else you need to do here?
Apologize to my brothers.
Yeah, why?
I was mean to them.
You were mean to them? What'd you do?
Stole their brother's stuff. Beat them up. And just be mean. Not so much to Satch, but Cayman and Gary. I need to apologize.
You feel like you need to do that now?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I am sorry for the way I've treated you guys. I never meant to be mean. I never meant to hurt either of you.
How are they responding?
He said thank you. Not good with his words. He's a high functioning autistic. And it's just standing there.
They didn't say anything.
No.
Does it make you feel better to apologize to him?
Yeah. Wish I didn't have to in the first place.
Why?
They didn't deserve my anger. Most people don't.
Why are you angry?
It's the only emotion I knew. It's all I ever saw Dad use. It's all I had.
Yeah. And you use that with your brothers.
Yes.
Is there something else you need to do here?
Not anymore. I wanted to hug. I did.
You didn't?
I did.
You did. And then what?
Kinda just left. I'm no longer there anymore.
Where are you at now?
In a white blank space.
A white blank space. How is that space making you feel?
Uneasy. Just feels empty and endless.
But it's making you feel uneasy.
There's nothing here at all.
You get a sense of if you have a body.
I look down and I see nothing. No feet. I just see white.
Okay. Tell me when something comes to you.
I'm at the church.
Okay.
And me. We're all in a room at the church. just sitting there hanging out. I think it's a small group that my parents used to do.
Okay.
There's tall piles of stacked purple chairs that they used instead of the pews, and we're climbing on them
On the chairs.
and being kids.
You get a sense of how old you are.
Maybe 10.
Okay. Are you enjoying this?
I'm unsure. I'm enjoying being surrounded by my friends. I do not enjoy being in this building.
Why not?
I've spent so much of my life in this building. I know it better than anyone.
You know it better than anyone? Why do you say that?
I've explored it countless times. Mom would bring me to work with her, and I would just be sent off to play. So I'd explore the whole church. Every locked door, everything.
How'd you explore the locked doors?
They had a key closet.
And you knew where they were.
Yep. Dad did maintenance, so he would always show me where everything was at in the office,
Mm.
and I would help him.
So when you were by yourself, you went and got the keys.
Yeah. Mom's office was right next to the main storage closet thing. It wasn't a giant church, but it wasn't small. But I spent too much time there. It just makes me angry, makes me uneasy.
Why?
When I'm there, I'm surrounded by people I dislike or I want nothing to do with.
Your friends?
The random people that worked with Mom, the elders,
Mm.
they were all mean and hypocritical. I never got good vibes from them. Turns out I was right. Her mom ended up losing her job.
Why do you say that?
She left because of the corruption that the elders were doing and taking part in. That's why her and Dad started the other church, and I was right all along about how crooked they were.
What were they doing?
They were doing stuff with money that wasn't right. They were telling that he was preaching wrong and that his sermons weren't official, and just a lot of drama that shouldn't have happened. They were decent people.
How did you know about it?
We were very deep in the church. Dad kept the lights on, fixed everything, free of charge. Mom was the children's pastor, spent 90% of her time in this church. I practically lived up there too. Everyone knew who I was. Everyone knew who my mom was.
Did your mom tell you about what the elders did?
Yes.
So that's how you found
They
out?
as well did too. They had a meeting, I suppose, in the fellowship hall where just regular people could go in and voice their opinions on the matter. And sitting in on that, you could see that they just wanted the power to go back into their hands and their family name. And it had nothing to do with his sermons. It just had everything to do with getting their name back in charge of that church. And that's what they finally got when they left. It was all about control. It's all about money.
Why does this matter?
Because Mom pours her heart and soul out into that place. And she took away so much attention that I should have gotten. And she gave it to all these other kids. While I got none.
While she was at that church?
Yeah, she still does it.
Mm.
She didn't leave that church until I was older, maybe 25. That church took a lot from me. Whether it's time at home, time with my parents. They would spend every waking second of their lives at that church, regardless of what we needed.
That made you angry?
Yes, very.
And this day that you're talking about and you're climbing on the chairs, you said you were about 10?
Yes.
Why is this day important?
Because they came in and screamed at me for being on the chairs, told us to quit being childish, even though we were stuck in that room for hours while they had their meetings.
How'd that make you feel when she did that?
Angry.
What'd you do?
Continued to play on the chairs.
What'd she do?
She left the room after she told us what to do, to go back to her meeting.
You just didn't listen?
No.
But it made you angry?
Yes. She yelled at me. I do not like when voices are raised at me at all.
Has she done that before?
Yes.
So why is this day so important?
Because it was fun, and she ruined it. I was having fun with all my friends, and she ruined it.
It wasn't fun after that?
No.
But you kept doing it?
I did. They wouldn't. They listened. What's the fun when you're by yourself?
Yeah. There's something else you need to see here.
See Mom in her office. I walk out of this office, and I see Mom in hers, just working. That's all she ever did.
How does that make you feel?
Trash. I'm your child. You lost me twice. And now you care more about these random kids than you care about me. You give them all your attention. You give me none.
That's how you felt when you were that age? Did you tell her? Why not?
No.
But you see her working.
Yes.
And
she's sitting at her desk on her laptop, just staring at it.
And that makes you feel what?
Lonely.
Because you miss her.
Yeah.
Something else you need to do here. Let's leave that scene. Let's move backwards to an important day. A day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved backwards to an important day. What is happening? Let's see.
It's Christmas time. It's cold outside, but it's warm in the house. The fire in the fireplace. Trees halfway put together. The entertainment center's covered with the nativity scene and other Christmas ornament things. There's music playing through the speakers. Christmas music. It smells like cookies. There's snow on the ground.
Are you outside?
Now I'm looking through our front windows.
You get a sense of how old you are?
6th grade, maybe. Old enough to remember playing sledding, and I look out the side window, and in the side yard between us and our house, there's a black bike ramp that we put out there to sled on. It's covered in snow, and it's dusk right now. Best part of the day. You can see the snow, but it's still kind of dark out.
You like that part of the day?
Yeah, it's peaceful. Everything's wound down by then.
Wound down? What do you mean?
It's the end of the day. Normally by dusk I'm relaxing and done with whatever I had plans to do.
Mm.
This means the day's over.
And that feels good.
Means I can stay up late and play video games with my brothers.
Why is this day important?
It's a day I never forget. I always remember sitting in my room playing, whether it's Into the Matrix or Pokemon Coliseum. I just have such great memories with that day. Nothing significant happened. It was just a good day.
Mm.
I felt the joy of Christmas, like the excitement of everything being put up, and I guess the spirit of it, and just being able to hang out with my brothers and have a carefree time. It was perfect.
There's something else you need to see here?
I think so. I wanna see if my brother's in the basement. She lived in the basement for a while, but he was never home.
And you want to see if he's home?
Yeah, that would always make the day better if my older brother was there with us. We all got to play, but he never really got to partake in that, being 12 years older. He was just always gone, like he is right now.
He's not there in the basement.
No.
How's that making you feel?
Sad.
Is your mom there?
Yes.
What's she doing?
Decorating for Christmas. Baking. Dad's untangling lights for the tree. He always hated that.
But this is a good day.
It's a great day.
Is there anything else you need to see from this day?
No.
Let's leave that scene and let's move backwards to an important day, a day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved back to an important day. What's happening? What do you see?
I see a wooden loft being built in my elementary school. My uncle was working on it. My dad and a couple other people I don't recognize. I see the classroom and where I used to sit and read these books, and it just feels really familiar. Feels nice.
What are you doing?
Sitting on the step of the loft, just looking at all the desks and all the posters, everything on the walls.
You're big enough to go to school.
Yes,
You get a sense of how old you are.
Dad built that loft. It was 2001. I was 6.
You were there with him when he was building
Yes, he used to bring me everywhere.
it? I do like that.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Why is this an important day?
I'm not sure.
You said you're sitting on what?
The steps of the loft.
Steps of the loft.
Do you remember everyone thought it was so cool that my dad was the one who built it? I guess there was a sense of pride in there.
Who's everyone?
My classmates.
That made you feel good. Made you feel proud of your dad.
Yes.
That he was your dad.
Yes.
And that's important.
Yes.
There's something else you need to know here?
Yes.
What?
I want to go to the counselor's office.
Why do you want to go there?
Curiosity.
Okay. Are you in school?
Yes. The loft was in my first grade class.
Okay.
His hall, or office, was down the hall to the right of first grade.
Okay. You went and saw him during school a lot?
Not a lot. Only when he would call me in there, or that was it, actually.
How did you know him?
I didn't. He was just a school counselor.
Why did he call you in there then?
I don't know. Maybe that was around when Grandma died.
Okay.
But I thought that Dad told me. I didn't hear that from my counselor.
Okay. Are you at his office now?
Yes,
Is he there?
yes.
What is he doing?
Sitting behind his desk. It's dark in there. His office was always dark, except for one lamp.
Do you like being there?
No.
Why not?
Feel uneasy. Feel angry.
At him?
I'm unsure.
But you feel angry. Who do you feel angry at?
Him?
Did he call you down there?
Yes.
What did he want?
Still see his pale skin and curly ass hair. Glasses. Scrawny but tall.
What's he doing?
Sitting.
What are you doing?
Sitting across from him.
Like by the desk?
Yes.
Is he asking you something?
He hasn't acknowledged me.
So you're just sitting there. What's happening now?
I don't like looking at him.
Why?
I feel disgusting looking at him. It feels wrong. I feel
Has he done something to you?
no.
You know you feel disgusted.
I feel like he shouldn't be there.
Why? He's a counselor, isn't he?
Feels like a stain.
A stain?
I don't like him.
Why did you want to see him?
Why I don't like
Do you feel like you know why?
him. I have assumptions.
Will you share them with me?
I'm assuming that he did what creepy pedophile counselors are known for best. And that's the reason that at a young age I was masturbating and not even knowing what it was at a young age of 9 or whatever. I can't. I know nothing. That's how I feel. I was active at an early age. I was sheltered from movies like that. I was sheltered from anything like that. So I had no exposure to any of that growing up until I hit teenage years. Where else would it have come from? Why would I hate this man for no reason?
You feel like you hate him for that reason.
Yes.
And you never talk to anyone about that?
No.
So when you're sitting there looking at him, is that what you're thinking about?
How much I hate him.
Why does that make you hate him?
But seeing him.
Were you in his office?
Yes.
By yourself?
Yes.
More than one time? He's looking at his computer?
He's looking at his grade book.
His grade book?
I don't know why he would have a grade book. I see a grade book.
Okay.
I remember Mom saying she didn't like him either.
You're thinking about that now?
She did take my side when I said I didn't.
When did you say you don't like him?
I was in elementary school. She reinforced my thoughts. Oh, he's a grade. Because she agreed with
Did she ever say why she agreed?
it. No, she didn't.
But this day where you were sitting on the step of the loft and you went to the counselor's office,
Yes,
this is important.
suppose.
Why?
No, it had no connection. I was not called to his office the day Dad finished the loft.
Okay.
But he was in my class until 5th grade, so I knew him at least 5 years.
This counselor.
Yes.
You remember what he looks like?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
I don't. I remember his hot, smelly coffee breath, stubble, glasses, curly brown hair, greenish eyes, dressed like Mr. Rogers.
Whenever you went to his office, did you just sit in that chair?
All I remember is it was dark in there. There was light from one window and one desk lamp. That's all I remember, other than the details of him, how he smelled. I don't know what he said to
Is there something else that you need to do here?
me.
Leave? Okay. Where do you need to go?
To my room,
Your room? Your classroom?
my bedroom.
Your bedroom? Is that where you are now? What are you doing in your bedroom?
Talking to on the phone, playing Resident Evil. December day. I called out from school that day so I could have all day to relax.
Why was it good?
Spent all day talking to my best friend, playing games. For a teenager, that's pretty perfect, I guess. She had a way of just calming me.
Yeah. What else do you need to know here?
Why she did it. It was a great day. It wasn't a great night.
That was the same day.
Everything was great. And she calls me back 3 hours later. And everything's not okay. And there's nothing I could do about it.
What time are you at now? Are you at the time where you guys were enjoying the day? Or the later time? Tell me what's happening.
She's on the phone, crying and screaming that she can't do it anymore. She's fucking done. She'll be better off dead. I'm pleading with her, and I'm begging her to not do anything stupid, to not hurt herself. And I hear her choking. I can never forget how she sounded.
Can you stay on the phone with her? Why are you doing that?
I should have never hung up. I panicked when her grandma got to the phone. I didn't want to be blamed. I didn't know what was going on. I was panicking, and I'm halfway across the country away. So I hung up. Should have just, I don't know, stayed on.
Her grandma got on the phone. How'd you know it was her grandma?
I've spoken with her before. I knew her voice.
And you didn't say who you were, you just hung up.
Answered the phone, saying, "Who the fuck is this?" Extremely aggressive, like I was to blame for that. Tried to stop it. Didn't want her to hurt herself. She was my best friend. Didn't want to lose that.
You feel like you should do something different?
I should have drove out there. I should have done something. She'd still be alive.
So why didn't you?
Oh, I was 16. I was scared. I didn't know what was happening. I miss her. I don't want to let her go. I don't want to be blamed for what happened to her either. Because I would never.
Did someone blame you?
No. But the way she answered the phone, the grandma answered, it sounded like it was my fault. But I did everything I could. I still hear the sound of her choking. It won't go away.
Is there something else you need to do here?
Sorry.
You want to tell her you're sorry? For what?
Not being able to stop her wasn't enough to stop her from doing something stupid and permanent.
You were supposed to be that?
I was a really good friend. She was one of my closest friends. Should have been able to do more than I did.
Why?
just how I feel. She didn't deserve to go. She was a great spirit, great person.
Where do you think she went?
She's not of this earth anymore.
So where do you think she went?
I want to believe she's watching over me, but I don't know sometimes. I just want her to be at peace. She deserves that much. Deserves to be happy.
Is there something else you need to see here? Is there anything else to understand about this? Let's move away from that scene. Let's drift away from those times and those experiences. We're drifting and floating away from those experiences, leaving you there to continue on that journey. May you speak subconscious, please. Do I have permission to ask questions? I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different experiences to see today. You chose to bring those forward. Why? Why did you pick those?
Forms of closure.
Forms of closure?
I hold on to it. I try not to blame myself for what she did, but I kind of do. Even though it's not my fault. Just hearing the sound she made is very triggering. It's time to love her, but let it go.
How?
Just think of the good times you had. She was suffering. You did everything you could. Hang on to the good.
Doesn't he think of the good times already?
Yes. But it's overshadowed by the bad.
How will that change now?
It's not his fault. She loved you.
He didn't know that already.
He's great at blaming himself.
Why did that happen? Why did he lose her?
She took her own life.
But why?
She was unhappy with her life.
Why is that a part of his experience?
He cared about her. He was always there for him. Ever since they started talking. Regardless of time at night. We'd talk every day. For hours. Fall asleep with each other on the phone. He was my best friend.
Why did she leave this life?
She decided her time was up. She was done suffering.
What does he need to know about that?
She's at peace now.
Is there something else he needs to do to have closure from it?
Give her a good cry.
He hasn't done it. Why not?
He just walls up.
He does what?
He walls up. He doesn't allow emotions to pass through.
Why?
Thinks it's easier.
To be walled up?
Yes.
Why does he think that's easier?
He's more protected. Doesn't have to worry. His feelings are protected. He doesn't feel.
But he needs to feel.
Yes, he does.
Why is he trying to protect that?
He doesn't want to be seen as weak.
Why does he think that's weak?
He was raised to believe men don't cry or show emotions or be human. Men are robots.
Men are robots.
That's how his dad was.
So why did he need to see that?
So he could realize he didn't want to be like that.
And he realizes that now.
Yes.
So why is he walled up?
Doesn't know how to take them down.
How does he take them down?
Just needs to feel.
How does he do that?
Quit fighting against it. Just let your emotions win instead of shoving them down.
What would that look like? Can you show him what that would look like?
Look like the tear falling from my right eye.
And he sees that. So he will understand what that means.
You will.
Is that enough?
Is that enough?
Yeah. Is that enough?
No.
What more does he need to do?
He needs to find a way to break himself down and make himself cry it all out and get the cathartic release he needs. He's been holding it all in for a long time.
Is that something you can help him with?
Yes.
Is that something that will happen today? When?
When he's ready.
When will that be?
Soon.
Soon, like a year? A month? Tomorrow?
Cry by his wedding.
Sounds like a good time.
Doesn't like working on anyone's time but his own. So patient.
He doesn't know that it's all his time. Is there anything else he needs to know?
She's always with you. Always will be.
Is she here now?
Yes.
Does she have a message?
She's okay. She loves me. It's not fault. She didn't mean to do that to me. She's okay.
And he'll be able to be okay with that. Is there anything else that he needs to know about that? Or how it impacts him now? You showed him a lot of different experiences. Can you explain the abandoned house?
It's an old abandoned house. Reminds him of his childhood home. But it's different. The parent room was locked because they never let me in. But when I got in, it was warm and bright and happy. Unlike the rest of the house that was vacant, dilapidated, no longer there.
This is symbolism.
Yes,
Why was his parents' door locked?
because they struggled to let him in, or he struggled to be let in. They cared about every other kid first. It didn't used to be like that.
Why did it change?
Mom decided to become a youth pastor.
Why'd she do that?
God told her to. That's what she said.
Why was that important for him?
That's what important.
Why was her doing that important for his life experience?
It's taught me an awful lot about many different subjects, whether it's jealousy or hate, lack of love. It made me see what I wanted, but I didn't have. Just wanted my mom to be there for me, love me, talk to me like she'd talk to all of her other kids at the church. She would go out of their way for them, but she wouldn't go out of her way for them. That's what it felt like.
Why didn't he ever communicate that to her?
His opinions didn't matter. He was always getting shut down. And by the time he started speaking his mind more, his little brothers were old enough to take more attention off of him. He became a shadow in the background while they took care of him. I grew up and took care of myself, did whatever I needed to.
Is that what needed to happen?
Yes, the world's cruel. Needed prepared.
The world is cruel. Why does he say that?
Most of what I see isn't positive. It's horrible things being done. No matter how small, it's just always bad. Life's not fair. That's just life. But you still need to be prepared how to roll with the punches.
Why?
Because life's not fair.
Why does that matter?
Gives you a little security blanket. Something to land on.
Is that why he talks about money so much? What do you want him to think?
About
Life.
it's beautiful. It's not all about money and working. It's about enjoyment. It's about just joy and kindness and love. It's not about materialistic things. It's not about money or anything like that. It's just about the experience and what you make of the experience.
So why is he making it out to be not fair?
It's only looking at one side of it. Through a small hole he's looking. It's like looking at the universe through a telescope. You're only going to see what you focus on.
Is that what this experience is about for him, or should he be doing something different?
It's to realize that the more he magnifies in on bad, the more bad's going to happen. Because that's all you see. And that's all you think about. And that's all you manifest is bad.
So what do you want him to do?
Go back to enjoying stuff just for the hell of it.
Like what?
Just life. Growing up, everything was exciting. Got a cool puddle of water. You have a whole creek you can play in. You got a couple fallen down logs. You have a base, life was just enjoyable no matter what you did. And he lost sight of that, and the excitement never left him. He just quit looking for it and only sees bad. Because he says it won't surprise him if he just always assumes everything's bad.
I imagine it still does surprise him sometimes. It sounds like he's got some pretty amazing people in his life to show him otherwise.
His life's not bad. It's just not perfect.
That's why he's so attached to his childhood.
Everything back then was effortless and amazing. Magic without trying.
But he needs to try.
Yeah.
So how does he find that now?
Just next time he looks through his cards, next time he opens a video game and plays it, next time he does anything, he just needs to find the little joys in it, the little quirks, the excitement I used to feel. Quit worrying about everything else and just enjoy it. He never liked drama anyway. Doesn't care for it.
What are his true passions?
He loves doing nerd games. He loves being with his small group of friends and playing games, regardless of what they are. He loves relaxing and just enjoying life with the people that life brought to him.
I've heard him say all these things before, so what needs to happen for him to make a change?
He cares too much about money. He's allowing money to dictate his career, to dictate what he wants to do, because he's scared to jump and be poor, actually poor, for a little bit. He's scared of anything that could happen. He's finally in a spot with money where he's comfortable and he's not stressing about it for the first time in 20 years. And he doesn't want to fuck that up, but he won't fuck that up. Everything's worked out so far. Everything's going to keep working out.
He just needs to trust that.
Yes. And the more he can look back and see how these patterns are happening, the more you just go with the flow and let life do life.
What patterns are you talking about?
Sometimes the bad stuff that he went through blossoms into a beautiful thing, like his fiancée that cheated on him in his own bed in the house that he paid for and worked so hard for. She's the reason that he's with me right now, and he's happy and comfortable and loved and safe. And if I didn't meet him, I wouldn't have bought that house. And if I didn't bought the house, I wouldn't have gone to Lowe's and met when I did. And everything just dominoes together. The butterfly effect. It's real. It's crazy.
But it started with something
Not great.
not great. So he needs to remember that.
Yeah, bad shit happens for you to see the good. There is no good without the bad. There is no light without the dark. It's cliche, but he needs to know it.
It seems like he does associate that light and dark, good and bad. Like why? Why does he even do that?
It's easy for him to put it to thoughts when he can, or put it to words when he can visualize it in his mind. It's hard for him to understand things unless he can put it a certain way.
So he needs to see it as good and bad.
To start to get his foot in the door, to know even where to begin. Even grayscale has black and white on it. Start somewhere.
Is there anything else you want him to know about that?
Everything ends. All your horrible days, all those slumps you get in, this too shall end.
Why do you want him to know that?
Because pain ends, it's not forever. And you can fight through it, you can make it out the other side.
Because what's on the other side usually is something you needed to be there.
Yes. Helps him not give up.
Well, he hasn't given up.
Not completely.
You feel like he has some?
He's reached points where he has majority given up. He's better now than he was.
So is he on the right path?
He's finally on the right path. It's not lost. He just needs to keep following his heart, following his gut. Quit trying to force life. Enjoy every day and just go with it.
What did he come here to do?
Learn that. Speak it out. Get everything out in the open. Get everything out of the dark so it can be exposed. What's no longer hidden can't hurt me.
So he needed to learn how to expose things.
Yes,
Does that have something to do with his purpose?
I don't have an answer for the purpose.
Who would have an answer?
Me, but I'm not ready.
Okay.
I don't know what my purpose could be. We're still getting over the I want to exist in this world problem. Find out what the purpose is.
Can you explain that then?
He hates waking up. He hates spending 5 of his 7 days a week slaving away for minuscule money that can barely fill up a grocery cart. You get 2 days off out of your 7 to relax and recoup and do whatever else needs done. By the end of the week, you have no time to relax. All of your money's gone to the government. You're getting taxed out your ass. Everything's expensive. It just feels like you wake up, you work, you're exhausted, and then you go to bed, and you wake up, and you do it all over again. And he's having a hard time seeing past that's all life is. It feels like that's all life is. And it doesn't feel like.
Well, why is his life that way?
Why is he what?
Why is he doing his life that way?
It's how he knows how to do life. He knows how to work and provide. That's all he knows. That's all he's ever seen.
But you said he focuses on money too much.
He does. He would just stop caring about money and take a leap and try to do something that makes him happy. Whether that's making short videos on social media about playing cards or just anything that sparks joy in him. Life will make ends meet. Just do whatever makes you happy.
Where should he start?
Small.
Like what?
You even get together within. Maybe just record you guys playing cards. Just something as simple as that.
Sounds like a good start.
And who knows, maybe you and him could take off one day and do whatever. Open a nerd lounge or something. Talk about that a lot. He's got to leap. Stop caring so much about money.
Where does that come from?
Where's what come from?
Caring so much about money.
Parents pushed money problems and let a 6th grader, 8th grader, who shouldn't be freaking out about money. It's 6th, 7th, 8th grade. We were poor, horribly poor, and just seeing how the parents were fighting and how stressful everything got for them, and in turn me. I just wanted money so I wouldn't have to feel stressed like that.
So he associated that stress with money?
Yes. But he also needs to know that life will take care of you. Everything will happen for a reason. You just have to follow your passion to the highest of your ability. That's what Daryl, or Bashar, says. I believe it. He just hasn't leaped yet.
And you said what he came to do in this life was to express, to uncover this hidden.
He's here to be a light, to be happy, to be someone that's always there for people, but in a good way, he's unburdened by it way. He's told that he's easy to talk to, and people do come up to me and just randomly talk to me, and I don't mind talking, and like, I like helping people. Maybe not on the outside, but on the inside, I like helping people. And if I could just be a light and just do what I enjoy while making people's lives a little bit brighter and showing them it's not all dog shit, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. It'd be nice to see that light shine from him.
It will.
Seems like a lot of times he's just showing that dark side.
What he's mostly shown.
But that will change.
Yes.
When?
When he realizes that the dark's just hurting him. It's just causing him pain. It's just causing him depression and anger. And all of his negative thoughts and emotions are coming from that dark.
Doesn't he already know that?
Yeah, but he doesn't bring it to heart. He shoves it in the back of his mind. Because it's too easy to be dark. It's too easy to be angry. It's too easy to be depressed. It's too comfortable to be in all of that. It's uncomfortable for him to be happy and feel joy and be excited because it's all newer to him and he's scared to feel those again.
Again?
He felt them as a kid. He shut them off growing up. And now he needs to open it up again because it's good for him. Nothing's here to hurt you. Everyone's not out to get you. You're not threatened by anybody at all.
Does he feel like he is?
Yeah.
Is that why he has such a negative view of life in general?
Yes. A big part of it.
What is the most important thing that he needs to know now?
Life is long. Every day isn't going to be the best day ever. Every day isn't going to be the worst day ever. You're not going to have months of perfect days in a row. You need to accept that sometimes life isn't going to be fair. Life is going to be hard. And life's going to be unjust. It is what it is. You need to find the joy and the positives in it because everything happens for a reason. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Why did he come back?
Because if he stayed gone, it would have crushed everyone that was waiting for him to enter the world. He was his mom's firstborn, his dad's secondborn. His grandma was there waiting for him, his aunt and uncle. He's here to bring light because he's a miracle baby.
So he was meant to be a miracle baby?
Yes. He's here to show light, bring peace, not be angry, show love. Basically the opposite of what he's doing.
But that will change.
Yes. He had to know what it's like to be miserable and unhappy. He had to feel all the negative, know what the good was, and vice versa. He had bad shit happen. He's had good shit happen. And that'll make him who he needs to be as a gentle person who can be angry if he needs to, who can be aggressive if he needs to and protective, but also one who accepts everybody and is there for anyone to talk to help anyone if I'm capable of it. Because why not?
Why isn't he ready to know his purpose?
Why what?
Why isn't he ready to know his purpose?
He won't listen. He's stuck in the dark right now.
Okay.
He enjoys being. It's comfortable. It's his safe place. He doesn't like change. But he's working on that. She's dragging him out of that. And she's not doing it very nice either.
What does that mean?
She's getting sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what he needs?
Yes, tough love sometimes.
Okay.
Not to be coddled. He likes that too much.
What is the early memory that he has of being held in the hands of a giant light?
It was him giving. It was him getting an option to enter back again.
Why?
is never forced to go back. No one's ever forced to come to Earth. An infant died. He stepped in and took that spot. Whether that was his original vessel or he stepped in, I do not know right now. But he was saved, and that was his option. I'm back.
So he chose to come in at that time.
Yes.
So did he leave and then come back, or did he just step in?
He stepped in. He has no memories before that.
Okay.
Only after.
Is there something about that is significant for him that he needs to understand?
Not right now.
He wanted to know what the significance is of the numbers that he sees repeatedly.
I mean, you're on the right path. And every time you see it, you're reminded you're on the right path. You are being watched over.
Is he being watched over by?
And call them angels or guides. Grandma. Those two immediately come to mind.
So when he sees these number patterns, it's to help him remember he's on the right path.
Yes.
Is there anything else he needs to know about that?
He's loved. He shouldn't hate himself. He is loved.
By many, huh?
Yes.
Does he have trauma stuck in his body?
Yes.
What do we need to know about that?
It's not as hard as he thinks to release it. Go have a conversation with your parents.
That's really helpful. I imagine that's not going to feel very comfortable for him, though. There's something you can say that would make that easier.
He doesn't need it to be easier. He needs the blunt.
What does he need to say?
He needs to go talk to his parents about every single issue he's brought up about his parents. Whether that's they go out to dinner and spend a few hours just talking, or whether that's over a phone call. Regardless, he needs to sit them down and spend a few hours talking about everything.
Is he ready for that now?
Yes. He just doesn't want to be.
He's been holding on to quite a bit of anger.
He's afraid that he'll push away his parents with the conversation. He's afraid that he'll get too angry and just cut them out of his life. He's afraid to lose them even more.
What do you want him to know about that?
You're not going to lose them. And if you do, it's for the better. For your parents. If they love you, they will be there. And they will be there through it all.
When should he have this conversation?
For the holidays. Don't ruin the holidays.
Holidays are pretty important for the whole family, it sounds like.
Emily loves her Christmas.
So when?
Before Satch's birthday. Maybe on Satch's birthday. Next time I see them. Or maybe you should do one at a time.
Well, what should he do?
One at a time. The last thing he needs is both of them playing off of each other. Track one down. Speak with them. Go to the other.
Who should he talk to first?
Mom.
Is there something specific he should say to her?
I love you, but this conversation's going to be hard for both of us. And then feeling dump on her about everything he dislikes, about how she's raised him and what she's done. She's gone 29 years without me complaining about it. She can deal with it for one night.
You want him to feeling dump?
Yes. Get off his chest everything he's held in. Get off of his chest all the feelings he's held in. All the mistreatments he thinks he's had. That way at least it's out in the open. And then however she responds is up to her. I did my 2 cents. I put in how I feel. And that's off of my chest after that. And it's on her, not me. Won't be burdened by that anymore.
Are those the fears that have been holding him back?
Yes.
Are there other fears holding him back?
Yes.
What?
Failing. Not being good enough. Not being smart enough. Just in general. He doesn't speak highly of himself, which is dumb. He should speak very highly of himself. He's strong. He's beaten death twice. He's smart. He's a good person with a kind heart.
So why does he feel like he's not good enough?
Because he wants to act like he's a heartless asshole so everyone leaves him alone. And he wants pity. because he self-destructs and hates on himself because he likes how the depression makes him feel. It's a cycle of comfort.
But that's going to be ending.
Yes.
And he'll notice that.
Oh, what?
He'll notice that?
Yes.
How?
He'll feel it. It's like a weight off of his chest. It's like the world will get lighter. Life will feel lighter.
When will he notice that?
As soon as he gets it all off his chest, he just talks about it to the ones who need to hear.
This is a bit of a different question, I think, anyway. What is the significance of the birthmark on his lip?
I'm not sure right now. I don't have an answer.
Is there someone that would have an answer?
Him when he's ready.
Okay. Can you explain to me a little bit about that? I have a feeling that's going to happen with some of these other questions too. Does that again go back to where you want him to focus on getting out of this feeling stuck in the dark first?
Yes. Feel that. Talk to your family. Get it off your chest. When I feel lighter, I'll be able to focus on more. And I'll be able to give more and be more.
And focus on his spirituality.
Yes.
So why has that come into his life then in the last couple of years?
2021, he was going to die. He did not want to live anymore. At all. Life was pointless for him. He lost everything. And he was just kind of going with the motions, stuck at a dead-end job he hated, working 60 plus hours a week. No way out. He needed some kind of hope. He saw Bashar and Dolores, started listening to them, was skeptical at first, and just opened up his heart, went with his gut. It felt right. It didn't feel like a con, like every other religion you've tried, or it felt good. It felt right. He needed that in that time. And that was the catalyst where we are now. His life is a lot better than it was 3 years ago. It's only going to keep getting better.
Was that a catalyst also for this girl that he saw that touched him? What is that?
Someone who's loved, but unknown.
What do you mean? Someone he's loved?
Yes. He feels very attached to this person, like he knows them, like he's known them for a very long time.
Who is she?
Past soul, past lover.
From a different lifetime, different experience.
Yes.
So why did she appear to him then?
Because he was giving up. He had a plan thing. And that was very close to when he wanted to. And after it happened, he couldn't stop thinking about it. And he finally felt joy and happy and warm and loved again radiate through his body. And he needed to know that he's not alone in that. He doesn't need to give up. He's strong. It's going to get better. And she's still here. Always.
It's a pretty big question for him. Is there more you can say about that?
You will learn more when you're ready. Focus on one thing at a time. But don't forget about her. Keep that feeling and that vision close to your heart and always remember it. The way you'll always remember what genuine peace and joy and happiness felt like. What it felt like to radiate with the presence of a God. It felt like. You'll always have that feeling. You'll always know what it was like.
Will that be enough for him right now?
Yes.
Is there any significant aspect of himself that he's lost sight of that we haven't talked about?
He's too serious all the time. He needs to have fun and be goofy. Be a kid. Not a pissed off adult.
So he needs to bring that kid back.
Yes.
Are they playing his games and what?
playing his games, being excited about it, getting into it, yelling, getting mad, getting excited, just enjoying it all again instead of just another chore you have to do or just another thing there is to do. Feel the excitement, feel the joy of it. It didn't fade, just covering it up with all this other stuff you don't care about.
He needs to feel those emotions too, those feelings.
Yes.
You wanted to know if he has had past lives.
Yes.
Are you going to share any of that with us now?
No. Not now.
Okay. Is there something you can say about that that will help him okay about not answering?
Don't try to push and force stuff. It will happen when it's meant to happen. You will learn more when you're ready to learn more. Life is not a race, it's a journey. You're almost there. You just need to get some stuff off your chest and lighten the load.
Things will change then.
Yes.
And he'll understand that.
Yes. Might not like it, but...
Is there any information about past lives and any of these questions I should even ask?
No.
Okay. What about Evie?
His best friend.
Yeah.
What about her?
Why is she so important?
Nick got Evie when he was 19. Still a child at heart. He has had a lot of time, a lot of experiences, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of happy times with that dog. He's afraid that when she passes, he's going to lose all of that.
He's connected her to his happiness from his youth.
Yes. He got her the first year he graduated from high school. His early freedom, his first love, his first engagement, his first real heartbreak, to where we are now, which is an even better love. A wife, soon to be. She's still healthy, just doesn't want to let her go, ever. His best friend.
What does he need to do about that?
Just love her. Don't dwell. Everyone passes. Everyone dies. You're doing the best you can to keep her healthy and safe. You're doing the best you can to show her she's loved. You've spoiled her most of her life. You saved her from a puppy mill, and you gave her an incredible life. She loves you. She has a funny way of showing it, but she really does. She's always looking for you. She's always crying when you're outside, not giving her attention, but she doesn't want the attention when you go inside. Just love on her. Just continue doing what you've been doing and give her a good life. That's all you have to do.
Why does he care more about her than he does humans?
He cares more about animals than humans because we don't deserve animals. Like dogs and cats, he believes we don't deserve them. They're great. I mean, man's best friend is a dog, but humans are liars and backstabbers, and a dog will be loyal till they die. A dog will be there until they're dead. They're great. We don't deserve how nice they are. We don't deserve how loving they are. That's all they are, is love. That's all they have to offer, is love and protection. Humans, unless they're gifted with something or they have something, they're getting something in return, mostly don't act like that. There's always a give and take with humans. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Not animals.
Is that what you want him to think about humans?
It's how he's only seen humans. He hasn't seen loving humans. His mom chose other kids over him. His dad was mean to him. His brothers, he loves them, but they're assholes. Probably the first genuine human that he's met that just has a heart of gold. So he's starting to open his eyes to it, but that's going to take a minute for him to realize. That's going to be a learning curve.
What will help with that?
Getting everything off of his chest first.
Okay.
And then tackling the bigger problem.
I get the point, but he's got a lot of questions here I still need to try to get answers for. Is he getting it? Is he understanding he needs to get that out?
Yes.
He asked if he has any ancestors that are watching over him.
I don't have an answer right now.
Okay. Are there any contracts that aren't serving him that he needs to let go of?
No. None that come to mind.
Okay. Do you feel like in what you showed him in the experiences before we started the questions that he had a closure on some of those other repressed memories from childhood?
He's beginning to. This is the start of it. This is to get him to realize what is where. And eventually, after re-listening to the recording a few times, he'll get it. It'll click.
So the experiences with the counselor.
I cannot speak on the counselor. As for she's a psychiatrist. She was analyzing and trying. I was a challenge to her. I didn't like being a test subject. I didn't like the way she spoke to me. She was ignorant. With her words, she was mean. With her words and her tones. And that's probably why he does not like her. Forgive her. She wasn't doing it on purpose.
He needs to forgive her.
Yes. The hate's only hurting himself.
And he'll be able to do that from now?
Yes. It's going to feel weird, but yes.
Why don't you have anything to say about the counselor right now?
I have nothing to say. Right now.
Is that something we should talk about later?
Yes.
Okay. You want to know who he is in the spirit world?
Powerful. Loved. A lot of people are watching him on Earth now. A lot of people. Spirits. Think of the president going on Family Feud.
I like that. Is that enough for him for now?
No. He's more of a dark energy, but he would know that. It doesn't mean he's a dark person. It doesn't mean he's only full of anger. It just means he has a realist side to him.
Can you explain that more?
He is very blunt when he speaks, especially to people he cares about. He's very straightforward, especially when he's trying to help or anyone close to him, because he thinks that people are just lost in this fairy tale world. And sometimes you need someone to be blunt and kind of mean about it to get the point across. While still being loving, still being there. But he is the darker soul. The dark doesn't faze him. He enjoys it, but also he dwells in it. He spends too long in it.
So are you saying that this is something he needs to balance or accept or change?
Balance. He is a dark being, but you can still bring light as a dark being.
Which is what he needs to do.
Yes.
Because you said that's kind of what...
He is a dark being, not on Earth. He is here to be a light, to be warmth and hope for people, regardless of who it is. If he could change one person a day, make their day a little bit better, secretly that would make him feel incredible.
Secretly?
He won't admit it.
Is that part of the dark energy?
Make him soft.
Or is that part of his human energy?
Human. He doesn't want to be seen as weak.
He has spirit guides watching over him?
Yes.
He wanted to know how he can contact them or speak with them.
He knows how. He just doesn't have the patience to do it by himself, or the drive to do it.
Well, what is that?
To sit there and make himself do it without distractions. Leave the phone down. You don't need music. You don't need the TV on in the background. You don't need to be thinking about work the next day. You just need to be in the moment, speaking with your guides. That's all it takes. He overcomplicates it.
Who are his guides?
Grandma. Grandma's there.
Okay.
I have no answer.
And he can just, if he can just be still, he can just speak with her.
Yes.
And others.
Yes.
Is there something else he needs to know about that right now?
Grandma never left. She's always been with you. Always.
I feel like we've kind of covered this, but I'm going to ask you just in case you have more to say about it. You wanted to know why he has such a hard time moving on from childhood.
He likes to see his childhood as the best times of his life. He didn't appreciate it. He didn't enjoy it while he had it. He kind of wished it would be over quicker so he could be an adult and grow up and all this crap. He didn't enjoy it. And now looking back, he wishes he would have really enjoyed it and just, he took it all for granted. It's gone now. So he thinks. It's not all gone now. You just need to find the joy in the shit you enjoy again. That goes back to get it off your chest, feel lighter, and everything will come easier.
Okay. And one of his other questions I feel like is also connected to that. What is his trauma with his parents?
He already knows. Whether it's religious or it's how they treated him when they would fight, he knows everything he needs to say to them. He knows what issues he needs to address, and he knows what to say.
There's not anything else he needs to know about that right now. About, can you share that information with us? Who he is?
Also a miracle.
Sounds like it.
I have no answer for his purpose yet. Just know that he needs wisdom, and his experience is very similar to me. And I know that with my experience, I can help him avoid years of pain and anger and hate and just anything.
And he needs to do that to take that, alleviate that for him?
Yes. He's always wanted to protect, and he will always protect.
Why is that?
Twin flame. We feel inseparable. That's my bro. That's my best friend. That's him and Eve are on the same level.
Yeah.
Very close. And if I could get him through life where he hasn't had to struggle like I have and hit the lows I've hit, I'd trade my life for that. So he wouldn't have to suffer like me.
Is that why he's in his life, to help him overcome that?
Yes. To be someone who's always there, a constant, someone stable. No matter what, it's always there. Any issue can call me.
And Nick needs that.
Yes. Feeling needed is great. But also knowing that you're helping your best friend, your brother, avoid the same things that you went through and you hated, or you've self-harmed because of, or you've drank because of, or whatever. If I can help him avoid that, or at least go into it with a different mindset, I will. Anything to give him more wisdom, more smarts, ways to open his mind and really think about his decisions before he makes them, so he can live the best life he can without stumbling as much.
So Nick needs to show him his light.
Yes.
What about
Soulmate. Pain in his butt sometimes, but she's really good for him.
why?
Every shortcoming he had, whether that was with social anxiety or money or anger or feeling lonely or anything, she picked up the slack in every single case. She's patient. She's loving. She would do anything for me at the drop of a hat. I don't have to worry about her not being faithful. I don't have to worry about if she's gonna be bipolar and have a freak out on me the next day. She is the most forgiving, patient, and kind person I could have ever come across. And she's exactly what I needed. And she's helped me grow so much in just the last 4 or 5, 6 years, I guess, we've been together. 5 years we've been together. She's definitely been better for me than a lot of other people would be.
Is their relationship meant to last this entire life?
If he wants to last the entire life, it'll last as long as they keep fighting for it, as long as they keep putting in effort.
Yeah.
Like anything, you have to make it last. You can't just leave it alone and hope it stays.
What does she need him for?
The dark. She needs the blunt. She needs the honest. Sometimes she needs that. She doesn't really have too much of that in her life, and she's very off in Wonderland every now and then, and it's here to ground her. And sometimes when she needs it, bring her back to reality. They complement each other, yin yang, light and dark. She's his light, I'm her dark.
Last question is he wanted to know when he will die.
When he's ready to die. Everyone dies when they're ready. Not sooner, not later.
He also wanted to know how.
I have no answer.
Is there anything you do want to tell him while we have him in this state that we haven't talked about?
You're not stupid. You're not an idiot. You're smart. You're strong. It doesn't matter what other people say or think. You are you. You are not them. Have some confidence in yourself. You got a lot of good things going for you. You've learned a lot. You've worked hard for everything you have and know. Walk around with confidence and your head held high. Stop with the droopy, poor me bullshit. You're better than that. You know you are. You're strong. You're kind. You're a good person. You've always been a good person. You've always had a good heart. You just try to harden it because you don't want people to think you have a good heart. They leave you alone that way. It's time to drop that charade and show people you have a good heart. You're not just an angry person that keeps everyone away. Show them your light. It's bright as fuck.
Is there anything in the physical body we should be concerned about?
No.
He does seem to have some energy challenges.
Yes, but that'll come in time. He needs to talk to his parents.
That will help that.
Yes. A lot of his anger comes from that. A lot of his anger comes from unresolved parental issues. Talk to them, figure it out, and he'll be surprised how quickly everything just starts falling into place. How easy everything starts to get when you just let it go.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing him here. Is there anything else I can do? Any last words?
I love you, Nick. You are loved. You always have been. You always will be. You're so much stronger than you think. In every way.